Yo. Alright, so I'm hoping we're live now. Let me see. Alright, so let's go to the charts. Okay, so if you're in the Discord, if you're a paid subscriber, you saw that I grabbed a put. Let me see how I'm doing on those on Palantir. Let's see. We are up about $9 per contract, 9 cents per contract. Entered the trade. Here, let's hop down on the 5-minute. Entered the trade about right here on this candle. I think my target is going to be about $29 because I took it on the 4-hour. So yeah, there's my entry. There's my target. We'll see. Bro, this is so weird how... One second, I gotta get something to monitor this. Be right back. Alright, yeah, I had to pull it up on another screen just because I do not, this is my first time live streaming. Alright, so anyways, for those of you who aren't aware, who aren't in the Discord, in the future this will only be available to the Discord, but I want to open this up to all the YouTube while I'm kind of getting the hang of this live streaming. So yeah, if you have any questions, any stocks you want to look at, hey, type it in the chat. But yeah, as of right now, this is what I'm riding. I may get to take profits on this sooner than I was expecting. But this is the trade we're riding, and just to kind of show y'all how I like to ride trades once I get up so much. This morning in the pre-market, we crossed below on the 4 hour, and we're selling off kind of hard. Right now, I'm currently in. I grabbed some puts on Palantir. I'm up 35% on them. I grabbed about 4 of them. My intention was to swing them, but if I hit my target today, I'll probably sell out of 3 of them and leave 1 of them running. Or I might just ride this momentum, and if I see a shift in momentum, I'll just take profits right there and call it a day there, because hey, profit is profit. Really, it's all about consistency. So even a small win is better than taking a big loss. Okay, he said, is that a put? So yeah, I grabbed a put. For those of you who don't know, here, let me slide this back over. So yeah, there's this tool right here. This is a profit and loss tool. This is like what I use for the stop loss. So looking at this, wherever this line is, this is going to be where I enter the trade. Usually the top or bottom of the green zone is going to be like kind of what my target was. And then up here is what my stop loss would be. Let me actually move that. But yeah, as of right now, we're selling off pretty hard for this. And my reason for entry, if we look on the weekly chart, let's see. I've made a couple videos about this. We've kind of been following this channel on the weekly chart on Palantir. It's pretty much every time that it's come up here, hit this line, you could see it would like wick up and then sell off. So that's kind of what I'm trying to play. It's like I'm trying to target, if we were to draw a line directly to the middle of this or through the middle of this, ideally I would like to ride it here. I guess we'll move this down to about right here. Ideally I would ride it to where it touches, but I also see there's the top of demand zone right here, so honestly even $30. But yeah, this was why I got in the trade, just because we closed below a strong level of resistance. And yeah, ideally I'd ride it here, but I may just take profits here just for profit's sake. I'm just gonna watch on the lower time frames and kind of ride the momentum for now. I know you briefly showed the SPY. Can you go in depth on that or do it? Yeah. So yeah, let's take a look at the SPY. Let's see what I see right now. I haven't really looked too in depth right now on the SPY. So as of right now, I want to start off on the weekly, turn off these EMAs, and kind of taking a look at it. It looks like on the weekly, I would say we're either forming some sort of double top right now, which would look something like this. You know, we come up here, wrong tool. Come up here and then come back down here, and we could make a lower low, or we could come back and make a new high, or we could be just coming up and making a new high. We have some data coming in this week. We're expected to get interest rate hike next month, so we'll have to see how all that goes and how much we get for all of that. But that's kind of going to determine some things. But going on the day and what I'm seeing, we are in a weekly supply zone, which is an area where we would sell off from. So coming down here on the 4 hour, The first thing I usually like to do is look for trends. So right now on the SPY, kind of looks like, oh, hold on. Right now on the SPY, it looks like there is a kind of short trend where, here, let me go down to the 1 hour. So it looks like it's kind of a trend right here we're respecting. Let me change that, draw that up. So I would say like right here today we're consolidating. If we were to break below this or cross this line and get like a full candle on the hourly below this, or even kind of like at the break of it, I would consider looking for downside, because typically when you get a break, that is when you get some sort of movement down. So like if we look over here, we crossed below, we did come retest the trend line, but then we got the sell-off. So that is also something that can happen over here as well. But right now the SPY is in an uptrend, but is also in the supply zone. So just be aware of that. We can have violent moves like this at any point. And then going on, looking at Nvidia, taking a look, Nvidia on the 1 hour, here, let's back out to the weekly. On the weekly chart, Nvidia, there was a demand zone down here. Nvidia came down, touched the demand zone, and then bought up. And then now it looks like Nvidia has kind of formed a triple top, which would imply that Nvidia is coming back down, but ultimately there's no way to really know that. So going on, look at Nvidia on the daily chart. Here, let's see. Or on the 4 hour chart. Once again, there's kind of a triple top. So once again, just seeing this triple top, you would expect Nvidia to kind of sell off right here. It touched this level 1, 2, 3. It would not surprise me if it came back and at least retested. There's a new demand over here. This is the next demand, so I would watch out for this 127 level. And then looking at it, there's kind of a trend line right here. It could pull back to over here. But beyond that, there's not too much technically I can see. Personally, I am not touching it too much. Let me take a look at the options chain so we can see what kind of move we're pricing. So as of right now, it looks like Nvidia's pricing in about a 6-7% move. So that it'll likely increase going in tomorrow, but as of right now, Nvidia for earnings is pricing, or I guess about a 5% move. So it's saying from here Nvidia could go up as high as 135 for earnings, and then from here it's saying Nvidia can come to about 121. So yeah, that's Nvidia. All right. So next thing I see, Alexander Stokes. My goal has been to make $10 per day. Made 45 today on pallet. Hey, love to see it. Love to see it, Alex. Actually, I think I might cut out of Nvidia, or at least, actually, let me turn on the EMAs. All right, so I'm gonna continue to. I'm gonna stay in the Palantir. I'm gonna set an alert for 31.24. If we break above that, I'll probably cut out. But this is the Palantir trade is one I saw on the higher time frame. So I'll look at that higher time frame to sell out as well. All right. Nvidia calls are expensive. What is a comparable stock to trade? So if I were looking for comparable stocks to trade, I would, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of, all right, so right here, no, that's not the same. There's usually some leverage ones. All right, so right here, oh no, I don't like that. Hold on, let me look on my phone first. Because usually there's some sort of inverse ETF that'll be good to trade. So let's see. All right, so I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any ETFs that I would say are good to trade for Nvidia, but some good sympathy plays I would say would be AMD. Let's see how they're doing today. So AMD will typically move, like if Nvidia, if you want to play calls on Nvidia, if Nvidia runs up big, AMD is going to move up big. Maybe Marvel. Oh, hold up. That is the wrong ticker. So actually, if we look at Marvel and we look at Nvidia, their charts are pretty much identical. So yeah, identical chart. This one might be one that's a little bit better to try to trade if you're trying to play Nvidia, but I think they might have earnings this week as well, so it's possible they could be expensive as well. And can I take a look at Apple? All right, so Apple, I don't really love their chart. So it's like I stopped personally trading them a long time. Right now, it looks like they are doing a whole lot of consolidation between this 224, 228 range. So they're very kind of range bound right now. Let me take these EMAs off. They are here. Let me go out to the weekly. Clear that off. Apple's chart for the most part is just kind of ugly to me, but looking, I don't know, I can't even really, I want to say, could kind of draw a trend line there. And if you look at it if we were looking at this as a trend line, we kind of did respect it, buy up, pull back to here. Let me get rid of that. Pull back, and then when we broke, we kind of sold off hard. And looks like we're coming up to retest this trend line. So right now, it's like there is resistance up here at about 228. If Nvidia or if Apple gets above this trend line, hey, that's cool. But also it could play off to the downside and continue down more. So watch out for that. Going on, looking on the 4-hour, this is that same trend line. So it's respecting it to the downside. I don't see much. There is a gap to be filled up here at about 234 on the 4-hour. But when is Apple going to get there? I don't know. It's going to have to first break above this 228 level. And then once it breaks above that, that's when we could see some real movement on Apple. But yeah, as of right now, I'm not really seeing too much. If I were playing Apple on a daily, I would just be trying to play this level. So here, where is it? So looking between the levels of 224 and 228, you can kind of divide this zone. And if you were to look at it, this top half will be when you look for puts. Here, let's make that let's make that red, and then your buy zone would be down here. Let's make that green. Alright, so ideally, if you're just playing the range, sell up here, buy down here, and while you have momentum, like right now you have momentum, you would continue to ride that. So if I'm in a trade on this, on the 5-minute, down here we got our cross to the downside, we're in the upper area, it's still cross to the downside, and I would say as long as we continue to ride below this on the 5-minute, I would still look to ride this trade. 2-minute, if you really want to preserve your profits and are good enough on it. And then here, do something real quick. And then 1 minute, if you really just want to preserve your profits. Here, let me go on, go back to look at Palantir. So on the 1 minute, it looks like it's kind of an uptrend. 5-minute. All right, so we're still making our way down right now. I just want to watch this to make sure I don't lose my profits. All right, taking a look at Tesla. Tesla is selling off today. Let's back out to the weekly. I got a lot over here on Tesla. Let's clear that out. So ever since Tesla kind of came right here and started this uptrend on most time frames, I kind of have support being this trend line right here, and I really hope Tesla continues to follow it. Going on, looking at, hold on, let me cut out on Palantir. It looks like it's getting kind of close. I want to hold on to my profits. All right, so looks like that's going to be about a 25%, 20, somewhere in that range profit. I'm gonna cut out. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna cut out 3 of them. Alright, so I actually sold out at 4. Let me just alert the Discord real quick. Dang, this. Alright, so I'm watching the stream without here, let me hold up. Alright, so I'm watching this stream just to kind of like monitor. That's how I'm seeing your comments on like my iPad. And the whole time the stream's been going, it's already like fed me like 3 or 4 ads. I have YouTube Premium, so I don't usually see ads, but to those of you that don't have YouTube Premium, just out of curiosity, do y'all get ads like this, like that frequently? I think I've been served up in the time that this stream's been going. I think I started like 30 minutes ago. I think I've been served up like 3 or 4 ads. Alright, so yeah, going on looking at Tesla once again. Following this trend line on a weekly. At least I think it is. We got 2 touches. So one over here, one over here. And then over here we got the trends look like it was steepening. So as of right now, all I can really see is we have support around 212 on this, and then around like 208 is going to be another major level. But yeah, as of right now, here, let's see if we can find some sort of pattern or something. Oh, I just see resistance over here around like 212, 213. And it looks like we're respecting this trend line to the downside. Good morning, Steve's job. Welcome. Welcome to the family. All right, so yeah, Tesla. Like, there's good movement if you're playing it right now. Actually, looking at the 1 hour, it looks like this trend actually kind of extends back over here as well. But don't really see much beyond. Actually, maybe I would draw the support around like, yeah, anywhere in this 213 to like 211 range. I don't really see too much going on with Tesla. So one thing I'll say, today is a Monday. Don't really have too much going on. Let me check Forex Factory. All right, so we got durable goods an hour before market open. And yeah, that's really it. I wouldn't expect too much to happen. Let me look at the dollar. So we are trending down on the dollar, which is usually pretty bullish. Do I play more bullish or bearish? So I prefer to play bullish. Like there's always going to be somewhere to play bullish. So like even if I'm bearish on the market, I'll play the Qs bullish. Like I think on Friday, I'm not sure if I wrote this whole move up. No, I didn't write the whole move up. I think I got in around like $8 and wrote it up to about 8.24 or something like that. And then like I got out of this, but I usually try to play upside as opposed to downside, but whenever I see something like this on Palantir, it's like, hey, the strength on the weekly channel, hey, let me take advantage of that. It's very well possible that this can be short-lived and it goes back up and tries to break it. But yeah, it's in the stock market, it is a lot better to play upside than downside in the long run, especially when you have time, because any chart you look at, or the majority of charts you look at, they're going to be spending more time going up and down. Like if you look at the Qs, the SPY, Nvidia, this is the monthly chart, is like things are normally up and to the right. But can you look at WBD? Warner Brothers, okay. I've actually never traded this stock. So, hey, we started off on the monthly. They appear to be in a rapid decline. They have not been at these levels since about 2008. Here, let's see. 2008. Oh, wait. So now taking a look on the weekly. All right, let's see. Straw trend line. Well, they are trending down. Safe to say that. Actually, they might be on the lower time frame be moving back up. But yeah, this is going to be a more major something. You want to draw this up. We'll call this the upside limit for now. Like if it were to come up this week, I would say the highest it would come, maybe $10, $9.75 in that range. Looking on the 4-hour chart, see what we see. Very bullish over the weekend. All right, so looking from here, there is another demand zone about right here. And then looking for supply zones. Oh, the charts are kind of ugly on this. So looking at supply, next supply on the daily, it's in the zone. I could see it selling off anywhere in here if it sells off. But honestly, this is one I wouldn't even trade this personally, just because I can't see the chart, or I can't really see the chart. It's like a downside on the 4-hour when it comes to the trend. Like if I'm trying to trade the trend right now, it's still trading above that. So as long as it's like trading above that, I would ride that. But beyond trend lines, when it comes to supplier demand, anything like that, I have a hard time really getting on with this. Okay, Odd, as soon as you say something about ads, you got your first one during the entire stream. All right, so I want to let you know this is like my first live stream, and I think at the beginning it had like an option for ads. There was, I don't remember, there was one for like a lot of ads. There was one for maybe no ads, and then there was one in the middle, and I was like, hey, let's go with the one in the middle. So if you're getting a lot of ads, hey, let me know. Maybe I'll adjust that down next time. It's like I want to get a little something. I don't get anything crazy for like views, but you know, it's nice to get a little something while I'm here. Let's see. All right, so going back, looking at the SPY, I want to look at how it's doing on the day. All right, so we did break this trend line earlier, like pretty much right at open. Looks like we're kind of buying up. Let me go on the 1 hour. We broke this trend line. I'm interested to see how this closes, but I feel like today is going to be pretty range bound. I feel like this is our range for the day for the most part. We're going to mostly be, I feel like we've already hit our low for the day. And we're probably going to be between this 562 level and this 564. And actually, if we look at the watch list levels I sent out, I had support being right here at 562 and resistance up here at 564. So yeah, that's kind of what I was calling out was, hey, these are probably going to be the levels that we trade between. So ideally, it's not necessarily when it comes to playing those watch list levels. Usually if we get a break, that is when I just got another ad. All right. 37 minutes in, I just got my fourth ad. All right. But when it comes to playing support and resistance, playing these levels, once again, if you were to kind of split the zones, this would be your kind of buy zone. Here, let's have your sell zone kind of up here. Oh. And then, yeah, if you continue to sell off right here, so your stop loss would probably be a little beyond here if you were already in a call. And then it's like, all right, we get a close below here on whatever time frame you're on. So say you're on the 15 minute. Whenever you get a complete candle below here, it's like, okay, I think we are going to sell off. So right now, if I were watching the 15-minute chart and trading off the 15-minute chart, I wouldn't quite exit this trade yet, and I wouldn't quite go in on downside yet. Like as of right now, you can see it's still kind of holding up above that. But yeah, let's see how it closes. On the 5-minute chart, you can see here it looks like we're kind of getting consolidation. So if we get consolidation, usually that is when I will just exit a trade, because typically when you see that consolidation, it's just going to stay around that price for a while, and it could reverse, it could continue the trend, but hold up. I just lost the sound, and I know. Hold on, let me check the sound. Hold up. Can y'all hear me? Cause I can hear myself on the stream or on the little live that's going on, and I can see y'all are getting a lot of ads. So I don't know how to change it right now. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, so I can change the ads right now. So the settings were conservative, balanced, or aggressive. I can go to conservative. Apparently, what it was showing when it, all the ads it was showing was considered to be conservative. So, or it was considered to be moderate or whatever the terminology was for it. But I switched to conservative, so should see less ads now. All right, going back on. So yeah, looking at the SPY, I wouldn't really. Actually, now is when I would consider possibly doing something. I see right now this candle's completely below. It looks like it may be making a new low. Starting to look at it, it does look like we're kind of respecting a trend. So looking at this trend, if it came to me trying to make this trade, seeing this trend line, if I were to grab a put, just so y'all know, I'm not going to grab a put, just because I want to do this more throughout this week, and between my two accounts, I have 6-day trades, so I used up one of them today. So it's like I see stuff like this, and I'm not going to FOMO and enter right on this candle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till it pulls back closer to this trend line. So maybe it's over here. Once it pulls back closer to the trend line, it's like, hey, that's when I enter and try to profit or get in on this position. So let's say I'm looking for my entry and I'm about to play downside because it does look like we are below this 562 level that I called on the watch list this morning. Let's see. All right, glad to see y'all got the sound back. Should be getting less ads now. Thank you for watching those ads. I'm sure that's going to help pad my pockets or help my account. So thank you. It's probably a good little dollar I earned off of all the ads y'all watched. Thank you. I appreciate it. All jokes aside, though, yeah, ideally we wait for a pullback to the upside. That way we get a better price, especially for anybody trading zero DTEs. I've really been turned off when it comes to trading zero DTEs just because of all the market manipulation. But yeah, anybody trading 0 data expirations, you don't want to get in at the bottom of a candle. You want to make sure you find the trend and get in as close to that line of resistance. Like this trend line is serving as resistance right now. You want to get in as close to that as possible. I'm going to take another look at Palantir, see if I can draw a trend on that. So on the day, I see that. So once again, Palantir is a larger a longer term play for me. So I'm wanting to grab like maybe like a single contract or something just to swing. Because Palantir looks like one that could drop off a cliff. Let me look at the EMAs. Alright, so it honestly has respected this EMA all day. So when I took profit earlier, that was just me being conservative, wanting to take profits. There is nothing wrong with that. It's 100% A-OK. But yeah, Palantir, this looks like the trade today for me. Hopefully the swing today. Okay, the Qs are the spies selling off even more, so I'm gonna draw this down. Once again, we will probably get some kind of return to this trend line. Here, let me get rid of these zones. Once again, I'm watching Palantir because this is what I want. I like Palantir because the options contracts are relatively weak if you compare it to something like the SPY. When you get movement on Palantir, percentage-wise, gains-wise, you're gonna do a lot more. You can get a lot more time, and you can still see like 100% movers. Or like movement. If you get 50 cents, if you pay, like here, let's say going a week out. If you want something at the money for Friday, at the money is about $68, so you can get like another 2 strikes out for less than 50. And then like going out to next week, yeah, you can get 2 strikes out for less than 100. So that's nice to me. I like that. Going back, taking a look at the SPY. SPY is still falling off. I would expect to meet the next level support around where it is right now. Oh wait, this is a 5-hour chart or 5-minute chart. I would still expect to kind of meet support maybe around 560, 550. So may have just missed the move there. Oh, QQQ just fell off a cliff. Ooh, yes it did. Alright, so actually, like, when we look at the Qs, I had like a trend line drawn for it this morning. It consolidated, hit it, and now it's actually breaking below again. Alright, so let me see what we got here. So I was trying to draw a trend line here, but hey, the Qs could be on and fall back to like from here on the 4-hour chart. It wouldn't surprise me if we close the day around 6:45 on the Qs. Here, let me see if I can grab a lotto or something. Check my day trades real quick. Might be worth it. Oh, I don't have any used on this app. I just got another ad. I switched it to conservative. Just letting you know I did switch it to conservative, but I definitely got another ad. Alright. Alright, so I'm not going to grab puts on the Qs, but 469, like if I were to grab a daily and hope to make some money, like let's say if grabbing a put on the Qs, if I were trying to just be pure degenerate, I see right now the 429 puts, they're kind of ramping up. But I see the 429 puts if I enter right here. Actually, that's the wrong tool. 429. Say I get, or 469. Let's say I get the 469 and I'm targeting this 465 area for the end of the day. Oh, it could also reverse at this 471 kind of area, so be on the lookout for that. But let's say I take the chance and I get the 469. Risk to reward wise, there's no real way to do it with options, but looking at the 469 could oh, that's a $4 move. That leaves you in the money $4. So that would be 440 to 400, because it's going for about, or actually it's going for about $39 now, or $29. So there's that. So looking at the Qs, I'm gonna watch the Qs again today. If this trend ends up holding up, I'm going to set an alert on this trend line. And if we hit this trend line again, I'm going to buy some shares of the Qs, or the SQs, and I'm going to ride those up. That's what I'm looking at on the day. Going back, looking at Palantir. Looks like we're coming back to retest this trend line. So that's, I might look at that for a swing. I'm gonna grab one, or grab something to swing. Just grab one though. So it's trading at about 31. Okay, so now we're up here. And I'll grab a $31 put. Alright, so I'm going to post that in the Discord for everyone. Just grab the Palantir put for the $31 strike. At 113 per share. Going to swing this one. Oh, actually, looking at that, it's trying to come on pretty strong. Looking at it, we do kind of have a double bottom, so we'll kind of watch this one. But I'm going to swing this one. If we look on the 4-hour chart, we're still doing what I was expecting. So going on here, let's see. When you say off the dome, when you say what ads do I use or what apps do I use, are you talking about for trading? When it comes, like if you're asking about trading, when it comes to what apps I'm using, I I use Moomoo and Robinhood. So I have margin accounts on both of them just so I can make the kind of trades and whatnot. If I want to trade double debit spreads, credit spreads, anything like that, I haven't done any recently, but if I want to do that stuff, it allows me to be able to do it. Or sometimes it's like, say I'm up on something and say I don't have day trades, but I'm up enough to where I can make a spread. It just opens me up to more strategies. So that's why I have margin accounts on those. But for most people, cash accounts are going to be better. But yeah, I use Robinhood and Moomoo. They both have their benefits. Robinhood has like the instant deposits. Moomoo has all the tools, and like you even have more options when it comes to stop losses and stuff like that for your options and whatnot. All right. So click up ads, simple ads. Okay. I think the last ad I saw was something to do with football, like a Sunday ticket kind of football ad. All right, so why? Oh, so IWM is, I completely missed this. What's today? Friday. So I must not have been looking at the. Oh, I was driving to Houston on Friday. Okay, I was gonna say, like, the fact that I missed this and did not trade this, like, blows my mind, but it's because I was on the road and I cannot trade when I am driving a vehicle. So this would have been some good money right here. So going on, looking at the SPY, seeing if it respects the trend. So it looks like it's coming closer to the trend line. We'll see. Yeah, I would expect this trend line to be respected. All right, hold up. I looked at Moomoo. It has a lot of great. Yes, Moomoo. It has a lot of great features. I keep finding stuff. Like I think my favorite things are honestly just going to be the fact that it has the trailing stop for options. I haven't, right now I more like to use it for like trading stocks, but I love that it has that on there. It's like whenever I get back to trading like larger options contracts, it's like I may use that trailing stop, but as of right now with the smaller contracts, I don't see it as necessary just the way it moves, because it's like I want to what was I going to say? Oh, I want to take advantage of it. Hold up. He said, do I have a link? Oh, you better believe I do. Let me see how I get in here. Let me see if I can post this in here. Right now, when you sign up for Moomoo using the link down below in the description, is limited. I think it's only till the end of the month. This is the most I've actually ever seen them offer. If you were to sign up through someone else, they would give you, I think like 5 free stocks minimum when you make $100 deposit. But right now, like if you use my link, I think it's 8. So you get an extra 3 free stocks, like using my link. And then if you wanted to deposit like 1,000, I think normally they would give you, it's either like 12 or 15 free stocks. They're going to give you 20 for using my link. So If you sign up, make a deposit, you're gonna get all those free stocks. I think when I signed up, it was just like 4 free stocks. So, hey, things have definitely got a lot better. And I remember whenever I was, where'd it go? Whenever I was signing up on Robinhood, or no, not when I was signing up, but whenever I was getting like a lot of people signing up, and I used to always have Robinhood in my description. There was a point in time they used to give like GameStop stock down when it was like $2 or $3, and then like some years ago, I think it was like 2021, 2022, GameStop went crazy. I think it went to like as high as like $300 or $400 at one point. I think they like split the shares or something like that, or not a stock. Yeah, I think they split shares since then, like maybe once by like half or something. But it's crazy to think I had like probably like 20 shares of GameStop, and what I was doing, just because they were free stocks, I was just like, I don't ever see this being anything. Let me just sell this and actually use the money. And yeah, nothing ever came from it. Y'all, I just got another ad. This time it was a Weeble ad. Me and Weeble don't play together. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Like I used to be like an affiliate for them or whatever. And it's like anybody can be an affiliate for them. Like, but they reached out to me personally, and they asked me to be an affiliate. So I was like, okay. It's like I already had their link in my description anyway. I already used Weeble, and then like one day they just took away my ability to see live options quotes, and like that's something you get for free on Moomoo, Robinhood. So I stopped using them because they started trying to make me pay for free or live options quotes, and that's like the main thing I trade. So that's for those of you wondering like why I don't use Moomoo or why I don't use Weeble. They just took away my ability to see options quotes live without paying for it. So, all right, Steve Jobs, will I stream daily? Daily, I want to stream as much as I can. So I'm going to commit to at least twice a week. But will I stream tomorrow? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna stream tomorrow. We're gonna take it one day at a time. I don't want to make like full on commitments, but yeah, I do want to do this. So it's like maybe I stream a couple times a week on the channel, but then maybe I go live daily for the people in the Patreon, the people in the Discord, for the family or whatever. But yeah, I want to get this more into wraps. This whole streaming thing is, not gonna lie, it's weird to me. I'm just sitting here talking. I'm talking to you, but I'm staring at a camera. How people do this on the regular is, it's just gonna take some getting used to. Cause it's like naturally I'm used to back and forth and conversation, and it's like right now I feel kind of isolated a little bit, just a little bit. But hey, Steve, is your name actually it doesn't even matter. But Steve Jobs or Steve's Job. Hey, I'm glad you find this to be helpful. That's what I like to hear. And it's like I've kind of been like pushing this off because for the longest it's like I noticed me just sitting here being in front of the charts is kind of I got to a point where I would like overtrade, but I feel like y'all help me as well, like be a little bit more responsible knowing that other people are watching me. It's like sometimes it's like, hey, let me take this trade, it's about to go here. But it's like with y'all right here, it's like, oh, there are people watching, let me see, like, oh, is this following a trend? Let me see if this is actually a good entry and whatnot. So and then also I like the idea of live streaming just because I have like so many people that ask for one-on-ones. I just had to set up like a little Google scheduler thing to, get the one-on-ones for the people who like really want it. But it's like I feel like personally, if you look across my channel, there's like so much free game that I feel like you should be able to answer all the questions that you have. But I understand like it can also be hard just like looking around. But yeah, after this call, I'll probably have to end it pretty soon. I'm gonna try to go another like 30 minutes or so. But ultimately, it's going to depend on my camera, like how long it lasts. It's going to depend on, I'm using like this little wireless mic. It's going to depend on the batteries. All right, how much lower do I think SPY will get to? Let's see. So we're following this trend. It looks like we're approaching a good point for an entry. Here, let's see. It looks like the next area of support is kind of like 560. I would like hope for 560 and see how it holds out. We already came kind of close, but looking at it, like the next area I would look for is 560. When it comes to where SPY could come, honestly, there's no telling. 560, then we got 558, then about 557. It's like moving in dollar increments. But honestly, it's like how fast, how violent, and whatnot it ends up moving is ultimately down to it's going to come down to like what events, what news, and all that is being announced. Today is a Monday, not much news is expected, no major earnings or anything. So I kind of would have expected it to be range bound, but looking at the kind of range on the 4-hour, I do see a gap. Here, there is a gap down here at about 517 that looks like it just barely hasn't been filled. So it's like I think we would make our way back down there at some point. Would it be today? I wouldn't think so, but I would say as long as we are riding this trend and as long as you get in like closer to the trend line as opposed to further away, you should be good if you want to take it. But say we haven't gotten in a trade and we want to get in this trade and don't want to lose a lot. So there will, like, it's not uncommon for there to be little wicks above this line. So if I were looking to enter this optimally, and let's say it's like over here and I enter like right on the line or like a little below, if I do that, unless I don't necessarily have a real target, but let's say my stop loss may be here. Let's see. Yeah, my stop loss may be somewhere up here because I'm trying to have it at kind of the next key level. So actually, if we enter up here, it's not going to look as bad, but if it comes up here off this candle, the stop loss isn't going to be as bad. But if we entered down here and we had it up here, it would look a lot worse. But yeah, it's like usually when I'm setting my stop, it's going to be around the next key level or a little past it usually on a day trade. The stop loss will maybe be a little tighter, just so I can either preserve my profits or because I don't have as much time, so the data is going to move more. Hold on 1 second. I'm down on that second Palantir trade I made because Palantir's up as well. It actually looks like we got a break of the trend line, but I have till next week, so I'm kind of just going to let that one ride. And I'm watching this on the weekly chart. But here I was going to say, oh, we were looking at the SPY. Am I gonna respond to something? Yo, I just got another ad. It's Ninja Trader. I've never actually used Ninja Trader. Alright, so we're approaching this trend line. I'm curious how it is in comparison to the EMAs. Alright, so the EMA is kind of like right on with this trend line as well. So looking at it, do I trade futures? No, I don't. It's like I think the only platform or the only trading platform I use that I can trade futures is Interactive Brokers. I'm just not doing it yet. It's like I want to at some point. Maybe next year, but as of right now, I kind of want to get good groundwork and good. All right, so it looks like that may have been the point for entry. So realistically, if I saw this, I would, like, I guess entry would be right here. Stop loss, probably right here. Alright, so yeah, looking at it. Now I'm just looking to follow this trend and see how this goes. But when it comes to me trading futures, not yet. Yeah, the thing is just not yet. Right now, that's something I'm looking for. Maybe, like, I'm not like too dead set on it. I do know a lot of people say they see success, and it's a lot easier trading futures just because or in comparison to options, just because you're not dealing with theta, and theta is wild. That is probably one of the most difficult parts about trading options. That's one of the reasons the markets appear to be so heavily manipulated, is the way they can just like drag them out. But nah, as of right now, yeah, it's just stocks, options. I've traded Forex. I had like a little I had like a prop firm account, and like I had passed one round of there were like 2 rounds you needed to do to get funded. I passed one round of funding, or the first round or the test or whatever, and then the second test came, and I don't know what happened, but like I hit my down limit, and I didn't realize I hit my down limit. So it was like I was really close. I think I was probably like $50 away from like getting funded on a prop firm. Okay, my camera's about to die soon, so if the stream ends, know that's why. Okay. But yeah, continuing this story about like the prop firm. I was going to try it again, but when I was going to try it again, they were like, okay, no Americans for prop firms anymore. I forgot exactly why. Something to do with like the payouts or something. But yeah, they don't let Americans use. I think it's just for Forex. So maybe for futures you can still use prop firms, but like all the reputable ones, they weren't accepting Americans anymore. So it's like I'll do this later. It's like I still want to do all the education on my channel. Still want to like provide all the like the value, and like there's still so much to focus on whenever it comes to stocks and options. I want to kind of cover the bases on that before going to futures, just because I know this is a step on everyone's journey, and I want to come through and, you know, kind of like make all the content I wish I had on the subject before I'm through with it. If I'm ever through with it, I don't think I'll ever be through with it, but maybe I'll be done making content for it when I think, hey, there isn't a better way I can really portray this. Alright, so here, let me make sure there's no crazy movement. So I think I'm about to close out this live just because my camera keeps blinking at me, and I don't know, it makes me a little uneasy just looking at it blinking. It feels like I'm being, like I have the cops in my rearview mirror. But yeah, my camera's blinking at me. Just going over and looking at the kind of trades we looked at. Just kind of talking about like what I'm going to watch on these. I'm not in the SPY, but I took like kind of like a paper trade on it. Looking at the SPY right here, we took our entry at about 161.14. We are moving below this. Let me actually, we're looking at this on the 5-minute chart. Let me turn on the 40/80 MA as well. All right, so the stop loss kind of lines up with the 48 EMA. Ideally, we would be able to kind of ride this down, this continue down, and the EMA moves down and the trend line continues to move down. And really, if we were to cut out, it'll be at the break of this trend line or this EMA, and that way we don't have to worry. So this conservative stop would be about right here at 130, and a more aggressive one, if we really think it's going to be swing around, which honestly I wouldn't expect that. More aggressive one would be up here around like 562. All right, going on looking at the cues. One thing we said we saw on that. Let's see. Once again, yeah, the cues moving very aggressively. Yeah, now that I see these are on, I was like, maybe we see it moving to about 472. Looking at this, that would be the next area I kind of watched on the cues. And then looking at Palantir, we kind of did come down and test the 4-hour 48 EMAs, but I have a put for next week, and I think it's a $31 put, so I think there's still plenty of room. It's like I'm looking at like this $29 area to take profit. So yeah, those are going to be the trades I'm in. Yeah, that's gonna do it for today's live stream. If you're in the Discord, there will be a Zoom call at 5:30 Eastern 5:30 Central Time today, so 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and on the Zoom call, just kind of go over a couple charts, answer some questions, and yeah, we'll close out from there. All right, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. If you haven't taken advantage of the Moomoo, be sure to do that by the end of the month, because that's dropping down to the regular. And then last but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching. Manuel signing off, and I want to change your life. All right, now I got to figure out how to end this stream. All right, let's see. Oh, there we go.